For those of you who are new, welcome to Jackie's Kitchen. And for those of you who have been here before, welcome back. Today we are going to make DJ's taco tater tot casserole recipe. And this is going to be good. He guaranteed it. So what we're going to use, I'm going to use mini tater tots because they cook a little bit faster. So I got the minis. You can use the regular ones or crispy crowns, whatever ones you like the best. I'm going to use a can of cheddar cheese Cambell soup and some Walmart brand rotel. I got the mild version here. I got a 1/4 cup of taco seasoning, some taco seasoned shredded cheese, some sour cream. Now I'm going to use 1.5 pounds of ground beef for this, and because he didn't actually specify how much ground beef to use. So I also have some sliced jalapeños here, and I have some scallions, chives that those are optional, but he said it really adds some good flavor to it. So I'm going to get started by browning my ground beef. So I got the ground beef going. Here. I'm going to let that brown. And one thing I forgot to mention also is that I diced up some onion in a little, food chopper thing, so that I could just add it in, so I didn't have to sit and cut it up and all this kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do is, while that's cooking, and listen, this is the point in time when we must remember to preheat the oven to 350. Now, if you're going to use, I'm using a small square here only because I'm going to make 2, so I can drop 1/2 of this off over for Mom and Steve. I'm going to pour a few of these. I let these sit out just for a little bit because I want them to cook really well, so that they're not like raw. I'm going to spread these out, and like I said, I got the minis because I feel like they'll cook a little faster in the bottom. Most of these tater tot casserole recipes call for you to put the tater tots on the top, but DJ was very, very specific and said that you have to put them on the bottom, so I am putting mine on the bottom. Alright, so it's covered here, and then I'm going to just basically set this little pan of tater tots off to the side and finish browning the ground beef. So now the ground beef is nice and brown, and you see all that fat in there. I'm going to go ahead and drain that, and then we will start mixing all the good stuff in here. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these onions that I diced up in my little dicer, and you can use as much as you want. I'm going to use, this is one medium-sized onion that I diced up. I'm going to use about half, and I'm going to add that in. And then I'm going to add half of this can of soup. And then I'm going to add a whole can of Walmart brand diced tomatoes with green chilies. I got the mild ones because I'm going to add jalapeños onto mine. So we're just going to mix this up here in the skillet. Turn the heat up just a little. Yeah, I got these new pans at Sam's Club. They're called The Rock, and they're supposed to be guaranteed not to warp and dent. And I have been through like 10 pan sets where they all guarantee that, but they actually have warped and dented in the middle. And so I've been trying these out, and so far so good. These actually are like the best ones so far that I've seen. So now I've got it all mixed up really well, and I'm going to add my taco seasoning. Duh. Now you don't have to use like a 1/4 cup. I normally use like the little packets, the little gravy looking packets, and I would use, since this is like 1.5 pounds of ground beef. I would normally use probably like 2 packs of that. But I didn't realize I didn't have any packs, so I had to use some taco seasoning shakers that I had up in the cabinet. So, and then I also got, you know, the taco flavored cheese to put on, so it'll give it the flavor that we want. So now I've got that taco seasoning mixed in as well, and we'll just let this simmer for a few minutes. Okay, so now we're at the simple part, and the mixture is all made up. So I'm going to spoon this out on top of these tater tots and smear it around. Smells so good, by the way. And there's not a lot left of the process. We're gonna scoop this out. And remember I said I was making 2 small square pans. So I would assume that 2 pounds of ground beef is good enough for 2 of these small pans, because there's plenty left for the other pan full. I just want to make sure I get it in every single crack here. All right, now I got that all in there, and I'm going to sprinkle this with some scallions. Probably might add a few more at the end. And then I'm going to put the taco flavored cheese on top. Sprinkling this across. So this looks like this pan, depending on who you're feeding and what you consider a portion size, because you know we all have our own ideas of that. And so based on that, this pan would probably feed, you know, 4, maybe 5 people. So a double pan of this would feed like way more people than that. So it just depends on how many. And so I'm going to top here with these jalapeños, sporadically placing them. I left the seeds in. I did cut these open myself. And I'm going to put these on top like so. And the only thing that DJ also was very specific about doing for this that I am not going to do is he said you layer the sour cream under the cheese before you bake it, and I'm actually going to wait and add the sour cream after. So now my taco tater tot casserole is ready to go in the oven. I'm going to pop it in here for, I'm going to set the timer for about maybe 30 minutes or so and then check on it, but I'm thinking 45 minutes because we want the tater tots to cook. So stay tuned. I'll be back and I will let you know exact bake times and all that kind of stuff in the description down below. Hey everybody, so this taco tater tot casserole looks and smells spectacular. I did leave it in the oven for about 30 minutes and then I put it on broil for about 5 and it looks amazing. I got a little brown around the edge of the cheese and so forth. So I'm going to dish some of this up and let you know what I think. So I don't know if you can see or not, but it does look like the hash browns cooked really, really good. The timing worked out really well, and it smells and looks absolutely delicious. So I just want to say shout out to DJ, and according to Steve, it's his wife Michelle, DJ's wife Michelle, that actually makes the casserole, but DJ says it's him, so I guess this is one of those debates, and I don't want to be involved. So shout out to DJ, and thank you for giving us this recipe. And I'm sure it's going to be absolutely spectacular. So, wow, I actually really, really like this. I've never had the tater tot casserole with the taco seasoning and the rotel, but I do think that this is a good recipe and that everybody will like it. So please share this recipe with your friends and your family. Like, share, and subscribe to Jackie's Kitchen. And I hope to see all of you again next week. I'm back. The reason DJ probably said to add the sour cream somewhere in one of the layers in the casserole is so that you're not like me and forget. So I had to come back so I could add some sour cream on here so you could see that that actually is one of the ingredients and you're not supposed to forget it. So, ooh, yeah, I gotta say, sour cream completely sets this off. Don't leave out the sour cream.